The US Pentagon is expected to make its final decision on troop withdrawal later this month. CGTN's Peninah Karibe takes a look at the countries in which America has a military presence and the troops' role there.
About 200,000 U.S. forces are stationed abroad, and of that number, roughly 7,000 are on rotation for a few months at a time here in Africa. The U.S. Africa Command, AFRICOM, began operations back in 2007. It is here to support African partners alongside other allies with the goal of increasing the African countries' own security capabilities and stabilizing the region. So, where exactly are these troops and what are they doing there? Djibouti is one of the world's smallest countries, but it hosts more U.S. military personnel than any other African country. Roughly 4,000 U.S. military personnel in the continent are temporarily deployed to Djibouti. Camp Lemonnier in Djibouti is the only permanent U.S. base in Africa. It is the hub of a network of American drone bases in Africa that are used for aerial attacks against insurgents in Yemen, Nigeria and Somalia. In 2014, the U.S. signed a new 20-year lease on the base with the Djibouti government and committed over $1.4 billion to modernize and expand the facility in the years to come. Now, the country with the second most U.S. troops is Niger, and according to AFRICOM, it has an estimated 800. Now, you will recall it was there that the U.S. lost 4 soldiers back in 2017 October in a deadly ambush by a jihadist group that called itself the Islamic State in the Greater Sahara. The Nigerian Airbase 201 only became operational in November last year, and it cost $110 million US. It has been crucial in conducting surveillance, intelligence and reconnaissance operations across West and North Africa. Then we have Somalia, which has become a growth point for AFRICOM. It roughly has 400 U.S. military personnel who conduct airstrikes and ground operations against Al-Qaeda-linked Al-Shabaab militants in the country. Now, American involvement in Somalia has grown since President Donald Trump, early in his term, approved expanded operations against Al-Shabaab. Cameroon has at least 300 U.S. troops, and they are based there to train and assist the Cameroonian military, including in its fight against extremism in its far northern region. Now, the U.S. does have some military presence in virtually every African country, even if it is small. And most nations, according to the Pentagon figures, have at least a handful of active duty personnel temporarily deployed there.